What's up guys, I'm BTC. Today we're going to do a little bit of myth busting and find out what damage amping abilities will stack and if there is a maximum amount that it can go up to. Also, we're going to look at the damage resistance cap as well. Just the other day, I made a video showing the maximum amount of damage that Hanzo can do with his new Storm Arrow ability when he's being buffed by all the various damage amplification abilities. And I had some comments from people saying that you can't really combine them all and it was wasted because certain ones don't combine with each other and there's a cap on the amount of damage amp that you can actually have. So we're going to go ahead and test all of it and find out what's true. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe because I always have the latest and greatest in Overwatch content. So subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any of it. I'm going to quickly run through the damage resistance cap first, just so you guys can see it and you know how resistance will interact with armor. There's no mystery to this. Blizzard has explicitly told us there's a 50% cap, so let me quickly show you. McCree's normal damage is 70. When he attacks Orisa, it does 65 because the armor removes 5 off of that. Then when Orisa uses her Fortify, what happens is the damage gets cut in half first, so it goes from 70 to 35, and then armor is applied, which is why it only deals 30 damage. If you combine Fortify and Nano Boost, it still does the same 30 damage, and that's because the resistance is capped at 50%. The other character with damage resistance is Bastion. In Recon mode, he's going to take 65 damage, just like Orisa did. In Sentry mode, he gets benefit from the Ironclad passive, which is 20% damage resistance. So that's going to bring it down to 51 damage. And then if he gets nano boosted, it basically overrides his Ironclad passive, brings him up to the max of 50% damage resistance, and he takes 30 damage just like the Orisa did. So the two important things to know about this is damage resistance will cap at 50%, and it goes damage resistance first, and then armor will reduce whatever is left over. Now we're going to look at damage amplification. We're going to see what stacks and if there is a cap to it. So the standard damage for McCree, again, is 70, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add different abilities one at a time, and every time one gets added, we should see the total damage go up. Then at the end, I'm going to show you guys how all of that is calculated because it might actually surprise you. Normal damage is 70. With Mercy, it gets bumped up to 91. Add on to that Zenyatta's Discord Orb, and it's now 118. Add to that the Nano Boost, and it goes up to 163. All of them are still stacking up just fine. Add to that Orisa Supercharger, which is now every single damage amplification ability in the game, and it goes up to 209. They all stack, and there's no cap. But there's more to it than just that, because the way that Blizzard has all of these abilities add up actually results in far more damage than you might think the character should be getting. So this is what most people would probably think. You have the normal damage, which is 70, and then you have the different abilities. So you have 30%, 50%, 50%, 30%, which adds up to 160%. The problem is 160% plus 70 is only 182, and that's not the right answer, which means that this is not the right formula. So here's how it's actually calculated. You have the base attack, which is 70, and then you add all of the buffs that are applied to McCree. So you have the Mercy damage amp, the Nano Boost, and the Supercharger. So 30, 50, 50 equals 130%. So 130% of 70 plus 70 gives you 161. And then you add the Discord percent onto that, but it's 30% of 161, not 30% of 70. So when you add all that together, you end up with 209, and that is exactly what we got from our test. So because they calculate it this way, you end up with far more damage than you would if you just lumped all of the damage bonuses together. There you go, guys. They all stack together. There's no cap on it. If anyone tries to tell you otherwise, just point them to this video and prove them wrong. I hope this helped. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links for that stuff are down below. And remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.